This may end up being the nerdiest, dorkiest video I will ever make. But anyways, here is a Stephen Sondheim theme park that I made in the game called Parkitect. I'm gonna put out a layout of the park so you kind of know what's going on with the layout of everything. But anyways, this is super dorky and super nerdy because such a park only means a lot to a very few number of people. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about throughout this entire thing, that's all right. The few people who do understand are gonna love this so much. Anyways, the thing about this park as well is that if I had more time, I would detail it out even more. And as I go on, I will tell you kind of things that I would like to add if I could, and maybe things that I would have done differently. But I'm kind of on a time crunch, so I kind of finished it in a hurry. So there's some things that I'm still not happy about, but I think it kind of gets the job done. But anyways, Stephen Sondheim is this American musical theater composer. He's written many awesome musicals. Every single musical I absolutely love. Some of the more famous ones, maybe that you've heard of: Into the Woods, Sweeney Todd, Company, Sunday in the Park with George. He wrote the lyrics to West Side Story. He hasn't made a musical in a very long time, though he's making one currently. Hopefully that comes out sometime in the future. Anyways, I'm going to give you a quick tour of this park and some details. So anyways, this is the park entrance. On the right is the entire New York City area. Well, rather, it's kind of more of a Brooklyn-looking area. We have a train station over here. By the way, the train goes all the way through the entirety of the park, kind of like how the train in Disney World works. There's a nice little park here, too. There's a food court over here. There used to be 5 food stalls here, but it got too crowded. Everyone wanted food there, so I spread it out a little bit more. You'll also see a roller coaster going through this entire New York City area. I'll go over that in a second. Oh, by the way, all of these rides are theoretically supposed to have music playing when I get near them. However, they are not playing. I have to kind of load them and then they will play. But theoretically, what's supposed to happen is when I get close to the rides, the music is gonna start. I think the problem is I've loaded way too many songs in this park, so it just literally can't load anything. Anyways, this ride is a bumper car called Turf War from West Side Story. This is the Jets. I think it's funny because there's Jets here. Also from West Side Story. Oh, by the way, also in this area, if you can find them, there's some sharks roaming around, like entertainers. They walk around and do a little dance. If I see any, I'll point them out. Oh, you can also see some signs that I've made. This is the Follies signs from Sondheim's musical Follies. This is the Wiseman Theater where the musical Follies takes place. Inside actually is a ride called Losing My Mind, and hopefully you spin several times and you lose your mind throughout that. Yeah. I wish I could do some more Follies related rides, but I really couldn't. Bathrooms are in there. There's another bathroom in here. By the way, each of these buildings basically has something in there. You can see there's like a pizza place over here, right? Sorry, moving on. This ride is that kind of a neighborhood. This is the one that actually flies through the entire park. I'm gonna do a POV of this, probably near the end of the video, of all the roller coasters. But this one comes out of this building, goes up here, goes through this park, flies down through these buildings, through this building actually, does a loopity-loop, down this alley before it goes into this little area here, before it returns to the station. By the way, I tried to recreate the opening of West Side Story basketball court scene in this little area here. Yeah, what else am I missing? Oh, in this building over here, we have the Merrily Go Round from his musical Merrily We Roll Along, which was a flop, by the way. It did not go well at all. It lasted like what, 9 performances. Um, I was about to say George Costanza. He played George Costanza. Jason Alexander was in this production, the original production of it, when he was very young, by the way. Yeah, that musical did not go well. What other musicals, other rides I have in here are You Can Drive a Person Crazy from Company. Hopefully they ride this and they get a little crazy. Here's some fruit juices. Is out of stock. Hopefully someone brings juice to it soon. This guy just did. Oh, look, he's so tired. Oh, he's so tired. Can't work. He's going to the staff room. There's some staff rooms in this building over here. We have this ride called Dance at the Gym. It's supposed to be playing the cha-cha right now. Let's see if we can get cha-cha loaded up. A little bit. It's kind of quiet. Nuts, it's raining. Alright, thundering actually. In this ride over here is is an observation tower. It slowly rises up. You get a good, nice view of the whole area. You just got struck by lightning. Alright, and that's broken. Hopefully someone comes and repairs that soon. Anyways, it's called Bobby's apartment. This ride is kind of related. It's kind of on the outside of New York City. It's from, not a musical, but Sondheim wrote, he wrote it's like a TV musical back in the 50s, 60s maybe. Evening Primrose, which I really love, by the way. This song is really nice, Take Me to a World. By the way, there was just a Sondheim concert celebration called Take Me to the World. Take Me to a World. Raul Esperanza sang this song, but right now you can't hear it. Hope maybe if I load it up right now, you'll be able to hear it when I come back to it. I got, so those are all the rides in the New York City area. Oh, here's I tried to recreate, here's like a balcony scene from West Side Story. You can recreate that. Yeah. I'll go through each of these areas, don't worry. Oh, here's the West Side Story playbill sign. I was looking for that. There you go. Yes, nice. Onward. Oh, this ride is sort of related to New York City. You can see these guys clip through the wall. Don't worry about that. The Hills of Tomorrow from Merrily We Roll Along. Anyways, this coaster goes through this area and goes up and down hills like this. Attached to this New York City area is this London area. By the way, architecture is not my strong suit, so I tried my best to make like London architecture and Brooklyn architecture. I tried my best. Over underneath here, this is actually Mrs. Lovett's pie shop over here. If I had more time, I'll put some more signs up here that said that. This ride is called Down the Barber Chair. You know how in Sweeney Todd he pulls the lever and then the chair drops down to the basement. This is what this is. But underneath here, there's some shops. You can buy some pies down here and enjoy them. This ride over here is called The Asylum. Let me pull up the song that's supposed to be Greenfinch and Linnet Bird. And hopefully you ride it, you go a little crazy like the people in the asylum. Oh, you can hear it, yes. Oh, and here's Swing Your Razor Wides. Oh, you can see it barely scratches by this, scrapes by this razor that I tried to make. What was this called? Ah, there we go. Alright, yes. You can see the entrances to the rides all over here. There's also a bathroom hidden there. You can totally guess what this ride is. This completely on fire ride called City on Fire. And I tried to make an enclosed space where it looks like the city's on fire. This would never be safe in a million years to make something like this. But actually, they have this like LED fire effects now, and that's like new technology. Maybe in my real park, I'll have that instead. If this were real, you'd die of smoke inhalation in a second. No, actually, what would happen is everyone would catch on fire first. and this ride would burn down to the ground. I tried to make a little plaza here. You can imagine this is where Pirelli's Miracle Elixir happened. There's some more shops here that you can buy some stuff here. Yeah, so you can see this entire enclosed space is just on fire. Yeah, I kind of like this area that's between the London, New York area, because it's kind of like a walkway that the staff, only for staff, that they can use it to get between areas, maybe deliver some foods and goods to these food stalls. Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of this area. If I had more time in a New York City area, I would detail it more to give some of the rooftops a little more character. You can see I already added some chimneys and some other miscellaneous stuff. But if I had more time, I would love to add more things. Let's go on to this section, because this goes right into Roadshow, which is Sondheim's most recent show. Roadshow, released in 2008. This is Boca Raton, which is in Florida. Roadshow is about these two Meisner brothers who lived in the early part of the 20th century. Maybe 19th century, late 19th century. I don't know, turn of the century. Anyways, here's a double Ferris wheel. This is like steamer here, Boca Raton steamer. Has nothing to do with the show, by the way. I tried to recreate the Meisner architecture style. He was an architect, and he went to Boca Raton to create a city there. Anyways, this goes all the way around underneath this train station, and back here there's some shops in here too, and then you can buy some foods. This road also goes up to Alaska, which is also part of Roadshow, the musical. The first part of the musical, they go up to Alaska where they find gold. So we have this minecart ride here, which is actually really fun. Oh, this song is playing. That's great. This is probably the highest part of the park, the highest mountains. I wish I could do like slightly snowy trees, but I can only choose one solid colored trees here. But anyways, there's some hot chocolate there. People enjoying themselves. There we go. Yeah, this part goes down to stairs straight down to Hades. From the musical The Frogs. There's two stops on this boat transport ride that just goes across the river Styx from the musical The Frogs. Oh, by the way, I love The Frogs. It's from written in 1970 something, I don't know. But it was premiered in a Yale swimming pool. He decided to stage this in the Yale swimming pool. Who was in this? Christopher Durang was in that production, and Meryl Streep was in that production because they happened to be students at Yale at the time. So that's a cool tidbit. Look at my frog. This is called The Frogs, of course. Tried to make it look like a frog. I love this song, but it's not playing, unfortunately. Maybe if I load it up, it's gonna play. A little bit. All right. And this is also supposed to be playing a song too. Anyways, this goes over the dead sea of dead people, right? This is the frogs area. Oh, if I had more time, I'll deck this area out a little bit more. It's kind of boring right now. This road just goes back to this train. Oh, this train station is not complete. I totally forgot about this train station. I created a roof. I kind of don't like the roof anyways, and I did not. Like, it's magically just up there. It could be a thing. Anyways, this road goes back to the New York City area. Alright, yeah. Anyways, right on the other side of this is the Assassins Pier from the musical Assassins. Unfortunately, Parkitect doesn't support like fun fair sort of things, so I had to like create my own carnival like little mini games here. This one is like, you shoot a thing, hit a bullseye. I tried to pretend to create some things. But they're not actually functional. Here you can buy some cotton candy and souvenirs and stuff. Here's the playbill from that. Here's a bullseye Ferris wheel, the Ferris wheel bullseye. This is supposed to be also playing a song, but it's not playing a song. Yeah. This show is oh, this is Rose's turn from Gypsy. This ride is broken right now. Hopefully someone comes and fixes it. Rose's turn, so it looks like a rose, right? This is the only Gypsy ride I have. Not a fan of Gypsy, but also music by Julius Stein. I'm having a brain fart. I totally forgot his name. But anyways, Stephen Sondheim only wrote the lyrics to this. Over here in the middle of the park, we also have the ruined castle from Passion. Here's is this the playbill? Where's my playbill for that? Did I put it somewhere? Oh, here we go. Passion, right? It won the Tony Award. I think it also won the. I think it has the record for the shortest running musical that won the Tony Award. I think it only ran for like 200 performances. I don't think it's a great show. I think it's a hit or miss for most people. But here's my ruined castle. It's actually a haunted mansion. Here's the beautiful garden that ugly woman sings about. That ugly woman, by the way, is the main protagonist. She's supposed to be ugly, by the way, but everyone hates her. I think that was the criticism for that show. Anyways, that's that. Here's the day off ride. Oh, we're going into Sunday in the Park with George territory. I tried to recreate the island de la Jatte, France, right? Sunday in the Park with George. He wrote this after Merrily We Roll Along. Oh, by the way, after Merrily We Roll Along completely flopped. Here's that ride. He was like, I'm not gonna do any more musicals, he says. But then he was staring at this painting like how Ferris Bueller did in that movie. And he was like, you know what, I'll make this into a musical. And it turned out to be a great musical, and he made a comeback. This is supposed to not say Finding Sharky. If I had more time, I would replace it with Chromaloon 7, which is what this ride is supposed to be. During the nighttime, this all lights up. Chromaloon 7 takes place present day, or kind of in the 70s. And it's supposed to be like this laser light show. This is like an under construction area. Ooh, I wish I had more time. I would have created some signs that says under construction, because Sondheim is writing a new show right now. And maybe after the new show comes out, then I would complete this section. Anyways, going down this side, this road here, we kind of go into the woods territory. Into the woods territory, loops around, and goes to the beginning area of the park. Anyways, we have Jack's Beanstalk here. It goes all the way up to these clouds. I really like this. There's some vines in here. Do you see these vines growing in there? We have a food court area. There's a bathroom in there. Here's Rapunzel's tower. Is what she sings all the time. The train station goes through this, and the train station's over here. Oh, I cleverly made a path just for staff, so they can get from this section to this section without having to go all the way around. If I had more time, I tried to make the witch's house over here or something. I did not have time to create that, or finish that, or even start it. If I had more time, I'll finish that. I also think these hills would be a great place to do a small ride, but I didn't have the time or the place to kind of do that. Anyways, this path goes into the Anyone Can Whistle area, one of Sondheim's earlier musicals. It takes place in Anytown, USA, but it kind of ended up taking this like western town sort of vibe, this look. It could be, I don't know. This is actually one of my favorite rides in the park. From the Miracle Waters. I really like this song. I wish I could play right now. Please play for me. Once again, they're not playing because I think I loaded too many songs in this folder. Yeah, you can kind of hear it. Anyways, near the end of the video, I'm gonna do like a POV of each of these roller coasters, so you can kind of ride them and see what's up. And this is the Miracle Waters ride. This was kind of an afterthought. This ride, I kind of used it to fill up the space over here. If I had the foresight, I would have had both of these rides kind of like intermingle with each other, go in and out of each other. But hindsight is 2020. Like this year did not go very well. This ride is called the Cookie Jar. The cookie jar is this kind of looks like a chocolate chip cookie, but the cookie jar is supposed to be another asylum for crazy people. I really love that show. It's very absurd. It did not go very well either. Oh, also you can see that some of my some of my paths are kind of disappearing because I think there's just too many things in this park. I have a bathroom in there too. Anyways, going out of this anyone can whistle section, we go into ancient Rome. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum, which is Sondheim's first Broadway musical that he wrote music and lyrics for. By the way, such a hilarious show. I tried to create the three houses from that show. The three houses. It's a farce. I love farces. There's a lot of door slamming and mistaken identities. Everything I love. Very clever show. Very hilarious. You should watch the movie. That came out back in the 50s or 60s. This ride is called Pretty Little Picture. I only put this ride here because it kind of looked like a Romany, Greekish sort of ride. Inside these buildings, we got some food. People are in here getting some food. Here's go-karts, 7 Hills of Rome. I originally wanted them to be able to make 7 loops around this, but the line fills up too quickly for that to happen. So only 1 lap before they're done. In fact, the line is not very long at all right now. I'm gonna make it 2 laps. 2 laps. There we go. But anyways, then the musical funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. What's his name? Perseus? I don't know. The old guy who actually lives in this house. He comes back. He's like, I've returned from a long day's journey from wherever. And then the main character is like, your house is haunted. In order to get rid of the ghosts, you need to walk around the 7 Hills of Rome 7 times. So throughout the musical, you see him pop in and out. He's just walking across the stage. Anyways, this just goes around in a circle. Actually, a figure 8. I don't think there's 7 hills here. I just tried to make it hilly. Anyways, out of the Rome section, ancient Rome section, and now we're in Little Night Music section. What song is playing right now? I cannot tell. Is it this? No. Alright, this song is, this ride is Perpetual Anticipation. It's supposed to be Perpetually Anticipation because it's rising really slowly. It just hangs out there and just drops. My original idea for Perpetual Anticipation, unfortunately, Parkitect doesn't support this, is I wanted like a roller coaster that chain lifts all the way up really slowly, and then you're like, oh, that's the end. But it releases you backwards, and then it does the rest of the ride behind the station before it loses momentum and makes its way back. Unfortunately, Parkitect doesn't have such a thing. At least I don't think so. So this was my backup option, I guess. Over here we have a little night music, a weekend in the country, which ends Act 2, I think. Ends Act 1, and they get in cars and they drive into the country for a dinner party or whatever. But over here you can see that it goes through this little Swedish town. Oh, this takes place in turn of the century Sweden. So I tried to recreate Swedish architecture. Goes around here, through the town, goes up this hill, and finally goes into the weekend in the country. You can see some farmland, and then comes back here. I also really like how this train track goes through this town. By the way, the train track was basically the first thing that I laid out, and I built everything around it. Of course, I had to make some edits to it as I was trying to plop some things here and there. Yeah. Oh, anyways, we're back to the Sunday in the Park section. You'll notice all these pink cotton candy trees. These are actually beautiful cherry trees here. But this is actually the Pacific Overtures area. This is Japan. This goes into Japan world here. The chrysanthemum teacups ride. That's a mouthful. That's supposed to be playing that song, but it's totally not. There's a bathroom in there. A little pond. Ooh, I love this ride. 4 black dragons. So you can see all these rides are black dragons. You can tell which is which by the color of the tracks and the color of their eyes. But you can see this. You can see that this giant Japanese building here has these four roller coasters in there. By the way, these are super intense roller coasters. You can see the stats on this. Very high. Intensity. High. High. It seems like the blue one seems to be the most popular. But anyways, I timed it out so they all leave the station at the same time. You can see the green one's a little faster there. But I kind of timed it so that they all end up at the back at the station at the same time. And you can see how all of these kind of like go with each other. They kind of intermingle with each other, which I think is really cool. I wish these roller coasters had a little more speed. I should have just made it a little taller. But regardless, it just has enough, barely has enough energy to make it back to the station. And you can see that even though this blue one seems to be ahead, they all kind of make it back to the station at the same time. Let's just hang around and watch this a little bit. Yep, and they all kind of end up at the station at the same time. I put a first aid room over here because as soon as they leave the ride, a lot of them need to throw up because it's just so intense. See, if I had more time, I would make more signs like this that for more of my rides. This was a custom thing that I made for Black Dragons. Here's a little food court. You can have some bubble tea and ice cream and Asian food there. Pacific Overtures. I love the show. The plot's okay. It's kind of forced in there. And here's a train station. I kind of like this train station design too. This train goes over the water and into the train station. And we're back in Hades. Wow, look at that. And here's the ride called the American Ship. From where the Americans land into their port. Is that the entire park? Did I go through everything? Seems like it did. I feel like I missed some things though. Let's follow the train station here. The train station is supposed to be playing. Another 100 people just got off of the train. But it's totally not doing that. Yeah, it's not doing that. Anyways, train goes over the main path. Under Rapunzel's castle. Out of here. And we're kind of into the woods area here. I tried to make these train stations ended up being like kind of in between areas. So this is kind of in between the ruined castle, the forest, the woods, and anyone can whistle here. The train goes through this tunnel, pops out of here in Greece, ancient Rome, sorry. Goes through ancient Rome into this station here, outside of a little night music. Goes through the town, through Japan, into the station here that's next to Hades as well. Goes along this water into this incompleted station. And then we're back here. Oh, here's one of the sharks I was talking about. And it goes through Brooklyn here. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, we didn't talk about this ride here. This is from the musical Do I Hear a Waltz? Sondheim wrote the lyrics for it, but not the music. Music by Richard Rodgers. This is after Richard Rodgers' longtime collaborator Oscar Hammerstein died. Oscar Hammerstein, by the way, huge mentor to Stephen Sondheim. And this is the one show that Sondheim regretted writing. He claims. What do? We fly him, because it's a show about nothing. There's no reason to write the show. It was just like, oh, let's just write a show, and they wrote a show. What do? We fly. Here's my Sweden area, kind of like that. Let's do a POV of some of these. I can do as you can see with as this you can do can I do it? You can do a first person view. But it's like not very good. This ride especially not very good. Oh my god. Look at this city on fire over there. It's not very good because this ride you look kind of straight down. and this is a mod that I made. Parkitect wasn't really made to be a first person view sort of game. It's meant to be you enjoy it from the top view. If you wanted a game like that, you should check out Planet Coaster. I also have that game. I also love that game, but I really suck at that game because there's just so much you can do. The possibilities are endless, which is kind of overwhelming for me. Over here, you're kind of like, here are the pieces that you're limited to, so you're kind of limited to whatever pieces they give you, and you build whatever you can with that. Anyways, that's that ride. Let's follow this ride over here. Nope, that's the train. Nope, that's the... No, I was right the first time. Alright, here we go. A group of vandals is roaming the park. Alright, hurry up. I guess you get to watch it when it's raining. Steep drop. We go along this building. Under the insane asylum. Loopity loop. Loopity loop. Through the back of the London area. If I had more time also, I would kind of make the backs of the buildings look a little nicer. The only people who can see the back of the buildings, like, realistically, are the people on this roller coaster. Because the people in the London area can actually see it. You saw they passed the city on fire. They're like, why is it so hot all of a sudden? Anyways, that's kind of the end of this ride. It goes back right into the station there. What roller coaster do we do next? Let's do this minecart. Nope. Yeah, oh, this one's about to go down. There we go. Down we go. Down we go. Sorry. Not a good view. Alright. Through that tree. I should probably get rid of that tree. Under the station. I think that's cool. And then down a down this tunnel. And then out this mine shaft here. And that's pretty much the end of it. I like this feature here that I didn't realize that this type of ride had until I started making this. Was that it's like an elevator. Instead of like a chain lift slope that goes all the way up, you can take an elevator. It's cool because it looks like a mine shaft. Wow. I guess we can ride one of these. Actually, that's kind of in the middle of being ridden right now. I'm not very good at Japanese architecture. I tried my best. Despite being Asian, you would have thunk that I would be good at that. Thank you for fixing that ride. Alright, let's slow down. Let's follow the green one. See, you can follow this ride, but the view is not very good. It's very obstructed. Actually, this is not too bad. I think I just decapitated myself through the ground. Loop. And we're back. There we go. I don't think I'm going to do a POV of all these rides, but they're all pretty much the same. They all go upside down, backwards, there's loop-the-loops. They intermingle with each other. I wish Parkitect had a better system for being able to do a better POV. I think this is another one that we haven't taken a look at yet. Let's follow this. No, get out of my way. Here we go. I wish this ride were more popular. I don't see a lot of people on it. The stats are fine, but it seems like a lot of people don't want to ride this ride. Oh, whoops. will it make it over this hill? Barely. And actually, this is the fastest part of the coaster as it goes down. Not the fastest, but this here, of course, is the fastest part. Anyways, as I said, I was on a time crunch to finish these rides. So there's more details that I wish I could add. Maybe if I have several hours in the future, in a year, when I get this computer back again, I will detail this a little bit more. And maybe figure out why these songs are not playing. Back when I had a few rides in the park, when I had like 5 or 6, 7 rides, the songs would play, but now they're not playing anymore. Even when I reload them, they do play, but not very well. Dude, if you need to pee, you should not be waiting in line for this. Oh, and I also, if I had more time, I would also just plaster Sondheim's face everywhere. If you looked around my park, you can see some of the Sondheim faces I just slapped onto places. Trying to turn this into a Sondheim shrine. Oh, back when I was in high school, I totally printed out a bunch of Sondheim pictures and put it in my music folder for orchestra. Kind of tongue-in-cheek sort of thing. But also it was totally a shrine. I love shrines of Stephen Sondheim. Anyways, that's my Sondheim park. I spent way too many hours making this. But it was also very fun, and a fun challenge to do as well.